Welcome everybody to the Speakeasy Segments, where we bring you shorter form content that's easier to digest. Enjoy. This week we have innovated something new. We cooked up something special.
Yes, we went cooking in the kitchen. And if you follow our regular podcast, we review an album every single week. This time, in this short form content, in this segment, we will be going over our favorite songs from that album and our least favorite songs of that album. Now, our favorite song you've already heard in the review itself, but it might have changed. Who knows? So let's just jump into it with number one, Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar.
The classic, the big one.
The classic. Yep, the big one.
Now, will you start? Are you starting us off on this?
I'll start. My favorite song is, and it will remain, The Art of Peer Pressure. Not and let's do a quick TLDR, PSA, whatever the fuck it's called. This is not the best song on the album. This is our favorite song.
The one we enjoyed the most.
Yes. So take it easy. But The Art of Peer Pressure for me is still my favorite because I just get lost in that song. Like, he just pulls me into that story just so vividly that it's amazing. The beat is fucking great.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now, my least favorite song on the album
Here we go.
is Real.
Yeah.
It's the hook gets a bit repetitive for me. It's definitely not a bad track, but it does the least for me.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
This is an album where there is almost no really bad songs. So
there is no bad songs. Yeah.
Now, my favorite song will still be Money Trees.
Yeah.
For me, the whole beat, the whole subject, the way he does it, extremely good. The guest verse is insane. A timeless classic for me. And my least favorite will also be Real. So in that sense, we agree.
All right.
The chorus gets very graining for me. It's not that good, and it's. I don't think it's a legit skip because if you listen to the full album, it fits in. But it's not. You can't throw it on repeat or like on a playlist. I feel then it gets very annoying.
Yeah, so I agree. All right, moving on to Taboo. Denzel Curry by Denzel Curry.
Yes.
Now you take this one first.
All right. Now this was hard for me, I will say.
Ooh, okay.
Because not the best one, I will say. The best one was pretty easy. That will still be Sirens.
Okay.
What an insane achievement from Jid and Denzel.
Yes.
Very, very, very clever verses. A very good commentary on the society they live in.
For sure.
And what a beat. Also with the very subdued Billie Eilish feature, which is cool.
Yes. Very beautiful. Yep.
Now, I was debating on the worst one though, my least favorite. And in the end, I ended up going with Perks.
Whoa, you're joking.
No, I mean, I think it's hard for me. Okay, you know what? I'll retract it and
Perks.
Okay, I'll retract it. I think in general it's hard for me because, like we talked about in the review, the middle part, the gray part, is the one that matches up most for me.
The best.
Yeah. Yes. So I could have gone with the light part, but I feel like those beats speak more to me. But but the dark part, the verses are more impactful for me. So it's a toss up between do I go with the beat that annoys me the most or the verse that I don't feel the worst about, right? Okay. It's hard. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out another one, and I'm gonna go. Black Metal Terrorist is my least favorite because I actually I know.
This?
It's the one I played the least. I think that's what I will say. I think that's the one I go back to the least.
I mean, I can't kill you for it because it's just an opinion. But Jesus, man. Okay, sure.
Also, the added bonus of triggering you is it's kind of factoring in here. I can't.
Okay. Okay. All right. My favorite was Switch It Up.
Yes.
But I'm gonna switch it up because I've been listening to Deadpool a lot in the last few months, and it's become vengeance.
Oh, that makes
It's
sense.
the Peggy verse is fucking on fire. All of their verses are on fire.
Silicami as well. Yeah.
Silicami is sick. The beat is dark, and they just letting loose, and it's sick. Fuck yeah. Now my least favorite is and probably will always be Super Saiyan Superman. It just does the least. It's not like
Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned it, I could have probably picked that as well. It doesn't seem like it fits in the mid. That's actually probably true.
yeah. It doesn't say much.
No.
It doesn't necessarily fit in the whole album for me. But it's not a terrible track, but it's my least favorite for sure.
But it makes sense. I think in general, that if you look at it that way, as a concept album, it is the one that sticks out in regards to the thing. So that makes sense. Fair enough. All right, on we go.
Yes. 2, Illmatic.
Illmatic.
Yep.
It's almost blasphemic to take a least favorite track on this album, I feel. But
this one is very easy for me, actually.
Oh, go ahead then.
Favorite.
Go ahead. Enlighten me, good sirs.
Yeah, for sure. I'll go with my favorite.
Yes.
And this one has also changed. It Ain't Hard to Tell.
Yes.
But now it's New York State of Mind.
Okay, classic. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But that piano is fucking nuts. Especially as an opener to an album, this fucking insane. Like,
yeah, I guess. Yes.
You instantly get like
yes.
The it's sick. But my least favorite, and that is also has to do with the hook, is One Love.
Yeah, makes sense.
That hook is and I said it in the what's it called in the review.
Yeah.
That it gets so annoying to me. Like the verses are still great.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Just it gets old very fast for me.
I agree. I can spoil it and say that's also my least favorite if I had to pick.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the other one for me was It Ain't Hard to Tell. I mean, it's still a very good track. This is a hard one because there's really no bad tracks, but I think my favorite is still Represent. It is.
It's hype. It's hype as fuck.
It's hype. The beat is so sick, and his rhyme schemes about him like dying in the elevator and all that stuff. It's just it hits the spot for me.
Yep.
But yeah. Sure. Okay, on we go.
All right, on we go to House of Balloons by The Weeknd.
Yes, and now a totally different genre, of course.
Yeah, for sure. This was the first real genre, quote unquote genre switch that we did.
Yeah, it's R&B.
Yeah, it's R&B, like alternative R&B, like kind of. Yeah. But my favorite was Coming Down and will still be Coming Down.
Okay, fair enough.
I get so mesmerized by that song. It's just beautiful, hauntingly beautiful, especially when he comes in with the All Alone. It's so beautiful.
Makes sense.
My least favorite is The Party and the After Party.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's if I had to choose one, it was this one.
Oh.
Like all the other songs do a bit more for me than this song.
Yeah.
Not to say that it's a bad song because it tells a perfectly like haunting story as well. But for me, it does the most. Sorry, the least.
The least, yes. For me, it's still High for This is my favorite. It's just so good, and the beat and the almost grimy dubstep sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
And I debated this actually because I was also debating the party and the after party.
Yeah.
But I ended up going with What You Need actually as my least favorite because I don't really enjoy the repetitiveness of I'm what you need, what you need.
I can get that. Yeah.
I don't think it suits his voice that much. It's not a bad track, but it's not one I go back to as often as some of the other ones.
Fair enough. I will say this has been the album that I've been re-listening to a lot, the most.
Yeah.
After we've reviewed it, it almost changed last week to House of Balloons. Glass Table Girls, my favorite.
Yes.
But the Glass Table Girls part pulls it down a little bit for me.
House
of Balloons part is fucking perfect.
Yes.
That is the perfect fucking song.
That's that's exactly what was said on the review, right? Like I will say the beat switch itself is kind of cool way it incorporates to bring the 707
it's sick how to do it.
Yeah. But the first part is so hype. Yep.
What I've also noticed is if you look at the Trilogy album, it's different than on the original album. The beats are slightly different. I don't know if it's more polished or not.
They probably mastered it differently, I guess.
Yeah, it's slightly different, but yeah, it's this has been the album that I've been re-listening to the most. It's so good. It's so good.
Yes.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep. Now on to the last one.
Yes.
Of this video, The Forever Story by JID.
Yes.
Yep. And
probably the easiest one for me, I think, in terms of this one.
For me it wasn't, but
it was not.
Go on.
Oh, sorry, it was.
No, it was not.
Oh, it was not. Okay.
No, it was not.
For me, still the favorite one is Cody Blue. That track is so good.
Yes.
And I ended up going. So I guess surprisingly, with the Better Days as my least favorite.
Oh, I can see that. That was my toss up.
It's somewhat forgettable for me. It doesn't really do a lot. It's not a bad track, but it's just not as good as some of the other ones.
No. So my favorite is also still Cody Blue 31. My least favorite, I was also debating between Better Days, but after re-listening to it a few times, I think it's also very beautiful the way they do it.
Yeah,
and the vocals on there is very pretty. So I ended up going with Money as my least favorite.
Oh yeah, we're very similar. Then that was the other one that I debated.
It's still a great track. The whole album is fucking peak. But
yes, a very good album.
If I had to choose my least favorite, it's probably it's got to be Money. Yeah. Yep.
So that's the 5 albums. Now, finishing thoughts. Which album, after reviewing them, has changed the most for you since we reviewed them?
Changed the most?
Yeah. Which one is because obviously we listened to it as
House of Balloons.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got to be House of Balloons because R&B wasn't my favorite genre.
No.
But this completely opened blown it wide open for me.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yep. What about you?
For me, it's actually Taboo, but in a sort of a negative way because it's reviewing it in that sense. It kind of polarized it for me. Like I said, like the first part is the beats are so light and very nice, and the choruses are very nice. But at the same time, it kind of feels eerie, out of place, just ignore the bad stuff. But then on the dark part, it's like, okay, the verses are insane, but it almost gets too much, and so I really end up only listening to that middle part that's perfectly in between. So,
I see. Fair enough. Okay, cool.
Let us know down below, what did your favorite track change on any of these albums? Also, are we completely off the mark here, or what? Are
we illiterate in the music sense? We don't know. Anyway, thanks people for watching. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for daily updates, uploads, and shorts. Subscribe, ring the bell for more content like this, and obviously go check out the full reviews that we did on all of these albums and the ones that are to come. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Goodbye.